Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over a free hit draft for game week 28. It is a big double and a lot of managers are now activating their free hit chip because of the double with Chelsea and just the double with Wolves. Loads and loads of doubles this week. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment, are you free hitting this week? Subscribe if you're brand new. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So starting things off, this is my free hit draft for game week 28. So in goal we have Foster and Sarr. Both of course have a double, but you're going to be playing Sarr this week. Crystal Palace and Watford, two really good fixtures for the Wolves defense, which is why we're doubling up on them. I think there's a lot of points to be had and to be made in this game week for Wolves defense. I mean, strikers maybe not so much. I know I have Jimenez on this draft, but I think with just how good Wolves have been at the back this season, I think the double game week that they've got right now is just, I think it's just silly to miss it. And I mean, if you're not on your free hit or wild card or anything like that, I would probably be bringing in a Wolves defender this week as well. They're playing game week 30, which is really nice. I know that Chelsea are obviously really attractive players to bring in this week because of such a good double, but of course they do miss in game week 30. So, you know, if you're on a free hit, obviously, hence why there's 3 Chelsea players in this draft, it's fine. If you're not, if you're wildcarding though, or you're just transferring in, keep in mind that obviously Chelsea do blank in game week 30. But anyway, Foster and Sarr in goal. The back line is Rudiger, Digne, Thiago Silva, Amate, and Saiss. So Amate's obviously just bench fodder there. I hope that he keeps his place because he's just so cheap. And I know that Leicester aren't obviously great at the back, but just having a really cheap defender that's, you know, going to get 90 minutes for you every week, it's not too bad to have on your bench. But you'd be playing the back line of Rudiger, Digne, Thiago Silva, and Saiss this week, or you could just go for a back three if you didn't want to double up on Wolves defense. But yeah, Rudiger, I mean, is just an absolute staple in that Chelsea defense. I know he played in the FA Cup last night, but he can just he's a machine. He can just constantly play. Digne, another player with a really nice double up of Southampton and Leeds away, so plenty of time, plenty of a chance to get a clean sheet there for Digne. I know Villa have been a little bit shaky at the back, but Digne is obviously just much more attacking than your normal fullback, so hopefully he can get a couple of returns in that game. I've gone with Thiago Silva instead of Reece James. Now, Thiago Silva didn't play last night, so obviously he's very much likely to play in the double. As well as that, you can clearly see how shaky Chelsea are at the back without Thiago Silva in that back lineup. I think the likes of Christensen is also out, so it just makes sense that Thiago Silva and Rudiger are going to play both of those games. And, you know, with such good fixtures of Burnley and Norwich, like, it's just screaming for double Chelsea defense. Again, you could go with Reece James. He did get brought on as a sub last night. Of course, a lot more attacking, but he's coming back to fitness. I think he's much more of a rotation risk. So if you want to take that gamble and go with Reece James over Thiago Silva, I mean, that's completely up to you. But personally, I think the fact that he's so rotation prone, I don't think I would bring him in on a free hit this week. If you're on a wildcard draft, I'd maybe bring him in because obviously you've got some really nice fixtures coming up ahead. But then again, of course, Chelsea do blank in 30. So I think the more safe option this week is Rudiger and Thiago Silva, but if you want to mix it up a little bit and go Reece James, obviously bring him in instead of Thiago Silva. But again, don't be too annoyed if he does get rotated and he doesn't play both games because he is a likely rotation risk. And they've also gone Saiss as well. You could easily go Kilman if you wanted to, Ait-Nouri if you wanted to. I think actually Ait-Nouri might have picked up a little injury. I know Semedo definitely did, but any of the Wolves defenders you could really bring in. I just brought Saiss in just because he's very attacking on corners, and yeah, he's pretty much going to play 90 every single game. So that's the back line. In midfield, we have Havertz, Coutinho, Rafinha, Salah, and Ward-Prowse. So Havertz, another player that did not play in the FA Cup fixture last night, meaning that he's quite likely to play, hopefully in both of the double games. So again, he could come off on like the 70th, 80th minute, whatever, but I think he's pretty confident to start in both of those games. You could really, if you really wanted to, you could go a back line of 3 Chelsea defense. You could go Rudiger, Reece James, and Thiago Silva. But I mean, you'd be watching those Chelsea games behind your sofa because one goal goes in and it's just a wrap. You know, you lose so many points there. So I have gone with a Havertz instead. You could go Mason Mount if you really wanted to. But yeah, Havertz, the fact that he didn't play last night, I think he's just likely to start. Gone Coutinho as well. I think this is a game week where he could get quite a few points, quite a few attacking returns. Again, such a good double game week that they do have right now. So yeah, Coutinho, I think if you're on your free hit, really useful. If you don't have the funds, you could downgrade to a Ramsey. But again, his his stats haven't been too good lately, and Coutinho is just, you know, is just an incredible player. So I would much more like lead to go for Coutinho this week. Also gone for Rafinha as well. Now, of course, Bielsa has left Leeds now. A new manager has come in. We don't know how he's going to shape the team up and stuff, but Rafinha is the star player. Should still be on penalties whilst Bamford is out. He also looks really, really happy in the team photos as well. It's like the first time I've seen Rafinha smile in like a year or something. So there must have been something going on behind the scenes with Rafinha and Bielsa. I think there might have been just a mix-up of communication or something. Of course, Rafinha did get benched a couple times, but did come on as a sub. But yeah, Rafinha, I think, just should be a staple this week, even captaincy worthy this week potentially. I've got Mo Salah as well. I just don't think you can ever have a game week without Mo Salah unless he's blanking. It's just a very, very risky situation. Also gone Ward-Prowse as well. Just because, you know, really, really nice fixtures for Southampton on set pieces, pens, free kicks, corners, plenty of attacking potential there. Of course, he doesn't score too many goals from open play, doesn't get too many assists from open play, but it is possible. But yeah, I mean, I've just put him in this squad. You could easily not have him, but, you know, just Southampton with the two really, really nice fixtures there. You could go for a Southampton defender as well if you wanted to, maybe like Livramento or someone. I think Walker-Peters picked up a hammy injury. I think Ralph just said in his press conference not too long ago, so a bit more of a risk there if you do go Walker-Peters. Of course, a lot more attacking and gets in the box a lot more, but hamstring injuries are a little bit, you know, give or take. You know, you don't know how long he's going to be out for. So yeah, I've gone for Ward-Prowse instead. It's an interesting one with this lineup as well. Like, you've got a lot of bench options here. Like, you want to play 4 at the back. Like, you want to play Rudiger, Digne, Thiago Silva, and Saiss. But then you also want to play like all 5 of the midfielders. But then you also want to play the 3 strikers. So yeah, I mean, maybe you chip some of these players down to give you extra funds for other players and maybe bring like Son in, but I don't really know who you'd get rid of, to be fair. Like, obviously, maybe Havertz you could get rid of for Son, but I just, with the fact that he got a double, you know, Tottenham did just lose to Middlesbrough. So I don't know, it's one of those really, but I've gone with Kane over Son this week. Everton at home, a really nice fixture. One of the only single game week players in this draft, apart from Salah and Amate as well. We've also got Jimenez and Broja. Jimenez did, of course, come on as a sub in the last game against West Ham, I think it was. I don't think that's a concern. I think that was mainly just for rest. You know, they did play quite a few games in a short period of time, but hopefully he does start both of the games. Fingers crossed that he does. Yeah, either way, I don't know why Jimenez says Everton there, by the way. He has Crystal Palace and Watford. For whatever reason, it seems to have copied the Kane fixtures onto Jimenez. So I was looking at those fixtures and I was like, why are Wolves fixtures so bad? And then I was like, oh wait, yeah. Anyway, we've also got Broja as well and another player. I think if you're going to bench anyone this week, it potentially could be Broja or Ward-Prowse. They'd be one of the ones that I wouldn't start. But yeah, Rudiger, Digne, Thiago Silva, I think you have to start. Saiss is a little bit more, maybe you bench him. Like, you do have double Wolves defense if you do start Saiss and Sarr, but I think the fixtures are just so good. But let's say you didn't start Saiss, you could go Rudiger, Digne, Thiago Silva in midfield, Havertz, Coutinho, Rafinha, Salah, Ward-Prowse. So that's 3-5, and then for your 2 strikers, I don't know, either Kane and Jimenez or Kane and Broja or something like that. But yeah, that is my free hit draft for game week 28. I think there's a lot of points to be had here. I think if you do have 2 free hits, I think this could be an exceptional game week to play it on. Of course, game week 30 is a little bit less bad now with the likes of Tottenham not blanking and West Ham not blanking. A lot more players will be playing game week 30, the likes of Bowen, Son, Kane, and any, I don't know, West Ham defenders that you might have as well. So yeah, they don't really have to worry about that at all. But yeah, honestly, I'm kind of jealous that I don't have a free hit. I did, of course, play mine last game week. But yeah, I think this game week, if you do have a free hit and you are playing it, I think you can be very, very happy with quite a few points this week. Talking about captaincy option, though, I honestly don't know who to captain this week. Like, do you go for a double game week player over a single game week player? Like, do you go for someone like Rafinha or Coutinho or over Salah or Kane? You could even go for a Chelsea defender like Rudiger. Like, I'm bringing Rudiger in this week for Van Dijk, and I generally think I'm going to give him the armband as well. Like, it's a bit more boring, but I know they did just concede 2 against Luton, but I mean, they were playing Loftus-Cheek at centre-back. Like, I don't think that, like, don't let that put you off Chelsea defence. They were playing Loftus-Cheek at centre-back, so don't, like, nah, that doesn't mean anything. So yeah, potentially could be going Rudiger captaincy option this week. But anyway, that is everything for the free hit draft this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below, leave a comment. What are you doing with your team this week? Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. So everything from me, though. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.